Well, hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Karaoke Andi here. A little bit in Friday holiday mode. It's a lovely weather here in Prague, Czech Republic, and I put on my Hawaiian shirt. Anyway, we will be trading live together. Today is the 22nd of May 2026. It's my absolute pleasure and honor to be with you. The disclaimer as usual, this is no financial advice. This stream and its recording is for educational purposes only. This stream is governed by the stipulations set out on Trader Tom's website, tradertom.com/disclaimer. So we're still on a holiday schedule. So Tom's taking a little bit of time off. I'm jumping in. So today you have me for both sessions. And next week, Monday, Tuesday, Tom. Wednesday, my regular Wednesday session. And then you got me again Thursday for both sessions and Friday for the EU session. Okay. Let's trade the Espresso together. And when I say let's trade together, I don't mean that literally. What I do here is for educational purposes only, right? So, I want to reiterate that there is no chat. There is no chat. When you watch recordings of these videos and you see me taking questions, there is no chat. You can write me a direct message here on Telegram, and I will do my best to answer. During streaming or afterwards, but lately got a little bit out of hand. Let's see if I can keep it up. For business climate news coming out at 10, I don't believe that will have a big impact on the DAX. After the Espresso, we certainly can look a little bit into market structure. That's the FTSE. Bar doesn't seem to move. Okay. This does. Okay. A couple of days ago I experienced serious freeze-ups of the Trade Nation platform and some lagging. So to the point where I needed to started managing positions with my phone. So I hope that was just a temporary glitch. There's nothing more annoying than that. So, okay, if you've asked Espresso, what is that? Where is that? It's a technique developed by Tom Hougaard to capture early momentum. Works in the DAX, in the Dow. Was originally developed for the FTSE. Tom is still working on an official documentation. However, I talked about it. It's not official. It's also a little bit my interpretation of it. If you're interested, go to Tom's YouTube channel. The very first video where I streamed here, Tom asked me to explain the Espresso, so I did that at the beginning. So you can Can watch that. 33 seconds to go. I use an 18-point stop loss. 20 take profit. I'm not sure if I will be able to post the entries. Probably I will, but that bar might still move. Yeah, sorry, that bar still moves. Have to eyeball that. Okay, I eyeballed that very well.
Order filled.
Filled short. Filled short. Oh, I have to be careful here. At support now. Oh, that snaps back. Okay, there we go. Take profit plus 20. So. Okay, you see me doing that in double size. Has something to do with keeping risk consistently the same. So I will now switch to an 80-point stop loss, and you see me cut my size in half, right? So for regular trading. So seem to print a first bar negative in the FTSE. FTSE opening with a big gap up. Closed yesterday at 10,443. You guys were telling me that my cursor was flickering. Oh my god, that goes down. It goes down hard. So I switched the frame rate, streaming now 60 frames per second to YouTube. If that doesn't help, then there's probably a different issue. Okay, a couple more frames per second will not hurt in any case. So, but this is really, it's a sharp drop here. Consumer confidence didn't seem to be so good, huh? Anyway, so let's take a look at the structure here. Interestingly, yesterday's session high, cash high, is pretty much identical with the day before's session high. So, and then we double top there. And then didn't see continuation. But closed pretty much at that area where that move basically ended. Yeah. So at 24,606, and then after hours, we saw a huge push up, and that was basically the same thing that we were seeing in the Dow. I got a little bit unlucky during streaming hours. So this is the first 15-minute bar, second 15-minute bar. I did my job and bought a buff here on a school run. And I did that in 50% size because I needed a 300-point stop loss to put it down there. And then once I saw this and then this here, third and fourth 15-minute bar, and then we got a push higher. I added here, and then that stuff happened. And I needed to leave the stream. So I tried to reduce stop loss. So that was the initial move here, and I put it right here at the 50% marker. And then unfortunately we went, I don't know, 44, 28. Yeah, well, I don't know, 20, 30 points more if I had put it to 61.8 or left it down there. That would have been nice. I wanted to capture a move. I was thinking we will reach back up there. I later then, well, as we got back up here, I personally went long, but that was already after streaming time. So, and I was not sure whether to inform you or my account is not like the same as Tom's, like a reference account that you're supposed to follow or not, or whatever, right? Because I'm streaming just once per week. I did anyway around when we were trading around here, and there was still some upside. So anyway, seem to be coming down. We just hit the overnight midpoint. So I consider everything between yesterday's cash close and today's cash open as overnight here, and that overnight has a low, right? That orange line here, 24,602 is the low, and the high is 24,925 up here, quadruple top. And the midpoint is just half of that, right? So we touched that seemed to have acted as short-term support so far. So we missed a first bar negative buy, was never triggered. Market is supposed to trade slightly below for that to trigger in the FTSE. What you often see is, that's just an observation, you know, I haven't looked into that clinically, but from my observation, from the top of my head, when I see an exceptionally large bar or a big push down and we're closing near the low, oftentimes the market already runs away on the second 5-minute bar, right? So how would you trade that? You would probably buy on close, Now, but we're now coming down again. And to me, now that is a second trigger. Not like textbook, the entry technique that requires with trading below, right? It didn't. But as I said, from the observation, sometimes you don't even get there. So, and then we made up 2/3 or whatever. Yeah, easily 2/3 of the previous bar. And now sellers are stepping back in. So if anything, to me, when we push back down here, when I see that, I wouldn't want to be a buyer anymore. Yeah, I would rather want to sell that. That looks weak. Yeah, so okay, second 5-minute bar is an inside bar, but look at that tail. Just see if bulls try one more time. Now I will probably leave this alone. If anything, I would probably sell short here. Looking left, here's some support. All right. Once we eat through there, the next level is the close. I'm just putting an order in case we get there, but just in very small size. Third. Nah, delete that. Let's focus on the DAX. So we hit overnight mid. Is there also structure support? Certainly there is. Here's something going on. That was not a cash session level still. Oh, what's wrong with my chart? Very weak so far. But strangely trapped at that level. I mean, we're still in a sizable gap up situation. DAX closed at 24,606, right? We didn't see here the overnight range. It's a different terminology between cash session, between yesterday's close and today's open. I call that overnight here, and for the purpose of trading the school run and the ante, we're looking at the overnight range, which is this box, roughly from on a Trade Nation chart from midnight 1 a.m. till 8 in the morning. The question is whether to, I included this bar that concludes at at 8. Yeah. Oh. But we're trading below that structure now. Strange pattern here. It's like bears are hesitant to. There we go. That broke. Taking a chance here. I'm selling the DAX. Selling the DAX at market because we made a new low. Sell on close. We made 3 consecutive bear bars, and the last one closed below the previous ones, and we made a new low. So it was a simple price action read. However, we might have some support here, as you have seen, overnight mid, but which is just a construct, right? So just be mindful. I traded the Espresso in double size, and this here in regular size. So, okay. The FTSE also trading lower. As I said, if anything, I would sell the FTSE. Don't want to be short in both. The structure looks similar. Looks like if I'm wrong in one, I might be wrong in both. Looks like double exposure to me. So far getting some heat. Or shall I buy the FTSE? Nah, that looks too weak. And actually DAX is not breaking down further. I'm giving it a shot. I'm buying the FTSE here on the first buy negative. Here you could get a better entry. DAX is reversing hard. Or is it? How deep is your retracement? From there till there. See? I would add to obviously putting in a sell short order on an aggressive screw run. I'm moving stop loss in the FTSE. Still don't trust it. Either it goes from here or I'm missing 2.5 points. Can live with that. And the DAX better not reverses here. Look, I'm already 50 points offside. Bloody hell. Taking my loss in the DAX, closing DAX. That doesn't look like it's going down again. Okay. Unless we really retrace at the 61.8, then I will probably no need to wait there. Adding to my FTSE. Moving stops in FTSE to entry of first. Closing second entry. Yeah, makes it, does it make sense? First entry has stop loss at break even. Okay. I think I'm closing here, closing FTSE. So let's focus on the DAX. Inside bar. Inside bar usually screams anti. So what's the tally for today? Okay. 43 euros on the Espresso, 62 on that short disaster, and 15 and 47 on the FTSE. So overall, a small profit. So, but it was not plus 16 plus 6, it was rather plus 16 and plus 5. So we'll amend that. Okay. Where was my bloody close? Where was my stop loss from the DAX? At 835. Stop loss wasn't hit yet, or wouldn't have been hit. Stop loss wouldn't have been hit yet. Difficult. Difficult. Can't access my drawing tool. You tell me DAX is making a 61.8% retracement, and I would not have been stopped out. Fuck me. Okay. So far. Yeah, so far. My stop was at 35. So at the low of the... That is a coincidence at the low of the overnight here. The overnight range. The real reason it was there, it was arbitrarily an 80-point stop, and now we're trading lower. You kidding me? A little bit frustrated. I just wanted to preserve capital here. That didn't look good, and now we see this. Makes me a little bit angry. So also what goes through my head is, shall I just sell short at market? But would I then just act out of impulsiveness, out of fear of missing out? Or rather decisively? It's always a question I ask myself. The truth is, if I sell short here on a school run, that move might be over. Because here's a little bit of danger that the second bar is an inside bar, which often, very often screams anti. And there you have it. Would not have been stopped out. Would be back at entry. Selling short the DAX on a school run, traditional school run, have to do it. And if that reverses on me now, I will get a double whammy. That would just really piss me off. But structure says we might see a second leg, so I will just do that. So 24,750, have to follow my own convictions. Stop loss 77 points, opposite side of the signal bar. So, hey, where do you go? So we have 15 points in profit. I choose to move stop loss to break even. You know what? I'm taking also half profits here, letting the rest run. So closing the rest here, plus 31. So can that go further? Yes, but we are at support. And the anti is still in play, so I personally choose to close here. However, undeniably, that thing looks weak. The length of the second leg, we can quickly measure that with the drawing tool. Geometrically, take a thick line. Yeah. If I just do this, yeah, doesn't matter at what angle. Yeah. Can also be straight down. So, but when I clone this, it has the same height, right? So you see that the length of the second leg so far pretty much like the first leg. I thought visually it even looked like that would be a little bit further down. So another reason to get out of here. But the very driving factor to me is I was already short, and I took my loss, and then we actually made a 61.8% retracement. Not exactly, but nothing is always super exact, but good enough. Stop loss was still a little bit above. So, yeah. And this here, second 15-minute bar inside of the first, this is a signal for the, rather for the anti. So I'm looking left. Support, right? No, plus we've learned now second leg currently as long as the first leg. Oh. But then again, there's no buyer stepping in. We're trading at the low of the current 15-minute bar. There's still 5 minutes to go. Depending on the close. Could very well rotate back down then to yesterday's close. So what do you do in a situation like that? I don't know. I chose to play it safe. Score a couple points, and that's that. But Andy, why do you risk 80 points when you only take 31? Because then the win rate goes up. That's why. So, let's take some questions. If you don't mind. Before I do that, why not post status? I seem to do better in the morning session than in the afternoon session, and the reason is consider myself more of a DAX trader. So let's not hide this loss. Just for some reason I can't full screen this transaction history, so I'll give you 2 screenshots. Good. So now questions. Serhi played against my moves and got some money. That's fantastic. I played my moves and got some money too. David V. Greetings, Andy. I've been enjoying your streams. You're a great host. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Question regarding first pair positive, negative on the FTSE. I understand this is probably a question for Tom, but I'd like to hear your opinion. I see you guys use the CFD charts to determine the negative positive bar. Why not use the cash chart? From a quick glance, it seems more accurate on the cash chart. Well, where would I get a cash chart from? The how's that for an exit, huh? In the FTSE. I believe that the Trade Nation CFD chart very much represents the cash prices. So not sure what you mean, but truth is also that CFD broker charts, they might vary from broker to broker. So it's not always like 100% accurate. Look, the anti's in play now. So I will not do anything anymore. So sometimes you see if a candle has a smaller body, you sometimes see in edge cases a different color on different CFD charts. But this year, brother, that is quite. Even if it's perfect to the pip, it's that's good enough. That's a big bear bar, big old bear bar. Buy below. That's the first bar negative. So. Okay, if there's a follow-up, no worries, we'll take a couple questions more. Johan Moldovan, hi Andy, just wanted to say absolutely love your live stream sessions, thanks for sharing. Question, do you think traditional trading is changing because of AI? Woo! Is it becoming increasingly difficult to use traditional trading instead of automated AI trading to make money? I mean, believe it or not, we are already trading against machines here. Yeah? Let's not fool ourselves. There are, if you trade indices, like we are doing here. What you see there, the retail trader value, I don't know, is maybe 7% or something like that. Don't nail me exactly, but like it's very small amount. It's basically you see institutions battling it out. Institutions, they still employ traders, and but they also use machines, right? So yeah, I don't mind. Bring it on, right? Look, at the end of the day, it's a market, right? There's buyers and sellers. So just think of it. If I sell the DAX here and have a perfectly good reason for it, there must be a buyer, right? At that moment to buy from me, and vice versa. If I want to buy the DAX here, somebody needs to sell, and that guy or that machine or whatever will have a perfectly valid reason to do so, right? Those are millions of transactions here that happen in a short amount of time, and also we have against institutions we have a big advantage, because at the sizes that we are trading, we can just pull the trigger. They can't. At institutional size, you don't always find enough buyers or sellers. That's why they're playing those tricks first, to collect enough liquidity, running stops, and things like that. So, and we can react to these fake out moves and whatever. Yeah. So I believe that a discretionary trader will always be able to make some money in the markets. That's my personal opinion. So, Anthony, I could listen to you all day, man. It's been great watching you trade and also learning from you. Thank you. I appreciate that. What's your genuine thoughts on prop firms? I think in one episode I talked a little bit more about that, but genuinely my thought on prop firms is be careful. They are not your friend, right? I'm not saying they're bad. I'm not saying they have bad intentions. I'm just saying that, to be clear, their business model is not to pay traders. Their business model is to evaluate traders, and for that collect an evaluation fee, right? So you're trading a demo account, you get evaluated, get a challenge with some rules, and if you pass that challenge, you might be eligible to payouts. But those payouts, the money in for a prop firm is challenge fees and resets. So out of that pot, the payouts have to be made. So there are further deductibles to them, like a spread, which doesn't make sense. Why is there a spread on a demo account? To simulate real trading conditions, yeah, sure. And the profit split, right? Yeah. Anyway, so that's the thing. Their incentive is not to pay out traders. That's just what I'm saying. So if you play that game, just be mindful of that. There seem to be some people doing well on prop firms, but also in every industry there you have, and especially in the finance industry, there are a lot of fake gurus. You have their prop firm affiliates. They show their payout certificates. Some of the payout certificates, they even have a QR code. You can scan that, and then it says, "Oh, this is authentic. This is a real certificate." Yeah, but maybe that affiliate has unlimited resets. Doesn't cost the prop firm anything, right? So maybe so he can just burn challenges and then eventually he will make a little bit of money, and maybe that's part of his compensation package. Yeah, who knows what's going on there. DAX still looking weak. And where was I? Yeah, and also affiliate commissions. Use my code to whatever, you know. The money out for prop firms is payout, so can be through the same mechanism. Yeah, so you see a payout certificate, it's authentic, but that is not money coming from the trading activity of that guy, but from him being an affiliate. Yeah, so I don't know if all prop firms are doing it like that. I certainly talked to a lot of people. So that's what I heard. So all I'm saying is just be careful, right? So, a couple more questions. Anka says, hey, good morning. Wish you successful EU session. Wish it to you too. Whoever watched yesterday's trading session in the US, it's becoming a running gag. There is no chat, right? So you watch this or this recording, I'm taking questions, and you think, where's the bloody chat? There is no chat. It's switched off. Comments are switched off on Telegram. Comments and chat is switched off on YouTube. You can only send me, or Tom for that matter, a direct message on Telegram. So, whatever. Where's your 5K account at? You have been losing so much. When can we conclude the Espresso latte doesn't work anymore? Has it ever worked statistically and not Tom kind of research, real statistical research? Yeah, you really, whatever, you require a lot. I'm doing this here for free. Tom, and you know, a favor. I'm not comfortable discussing my personal finances here. This is my money. And also, I said it many times, don't worry about my account size. I'm not Tom who puts in 1st of January X amount in the account and then doesn't touch it till the 31st of December. You know, I'm withdrawing, you know, to pay bills. Yeah, and also I many times I explained I'm not putting there all my money, just enough to open and close to open positions to meet margin requirements, right? So, and solid research on the Espresso, I can't provide you with that because I don't have tick data. I can't look at historic examples, only at static charts. It's just how I'm equipped, right? So I don't see the bars moving. So if you use a 40-point stop loss in the DAX, guess what? You don't know if you might have been stopped out even in the first 1, 2, or 3 minutes. So I can only forward test that. Do you have the feeling it doesn't work so well? I think it works very well. Tried it a couple times in the Nasdaq. That in fact didn't work at all. But yeah, it's not for you. This when I'm doing this, guys, I'm not providing you here something to follow, right? Those are not trading signals. If you follow along, you do that at your own risk, right? For me, showing up here once per week on Wednesdays, and now this is an exception right now, holiday schedule, right? Doing Tom a solid here. So I'm just telling you that historically, Wednesdays is my worst day. So that's literally the worst day to follow me, right? So and whatever I do outside of the stream and any other day when Tom is on, those are my own trades, right? So should I lose here, and I will have losing days, you might not see me recovering from that, so you don't have an opportunity to catch up. So really, it doesn't make any sense to follow me or to obsess about my my account or whatever. It's just doesn't make sense. Tom is a very transparent guy. I can show you. This is I trade a real account. It's under my own name. It's my money. But I don't know if anything on top of that is useful information to you. Maybe you want to hear, Andy, are you profitable? Do you live from that? Yeah, yes and yes. But what more can I say, guys? If I trade by myself, I trade a little bit bigger size. As I said, Wednesdays, that's my day here on this channel. Is my worst day. That's why I chose it, to have social accountability, to get better at it. I try to turn a weakness into a strength. That's how I look at life. I look rather at opportunities. So I make sure that I'm well prepared when I show up here. I show good execution, serious trading, right? That's what I'm here for, and that helps me. That's what I'm getting out of it. But right now, 3,000 people watching. I rather want to do that in controllable size. Let's put it like that. So, hope that answers the question. Hey Andy, is this your Friday outfit? Yes, that's my Friday outfit. Casual Friday. Hawaiian shirt Friday. Bart says, what's your experience using volume analysis together with price action? Zero. Yeah. You see me using anything else than naked charts. I play around with the FIB tool to measure pullbacks. I sometimes draw a line. That's pretty much it. Yeah. I believe that what's rather the difference between making money and losing money is not necessarily more or less technical analysis, more or less tools. It's up here. So I rather work on that. I've studied Al Brooks' price action, 3 volumes, and at one point I just declared I know enough technical analysis, so that's it. If you use volume analysis to have a little bit more confirmation, to get a little bit more confidence or whatever, and it works for you, hey, I'm super happy for you. I'm not saying that is nonsense or whatever, quite the opposite. Just for myself, I just don't use it. So T. Kruger, why do you and Tom trade in fixed sizes instead of calculating risk based on points of the stop loss? Yeah, look, why do you think that isn't the case? So don't worry about my size or whatever, but you saw me, for example, trade the Espresso with a 2-lot size with a stop loss of 40 points. And then the next trade, I used the 1-lot size, the 90-point stop loss. That's the same risk. So I keep risk consistent. So keeping a fixed stop loss, maybe it's based on ATR, maybe it's whatever, you know. But makes things just simpler, right? So I don't want to micro adjust, you know. If I had an initial stop loss of 80 points because that's just what it is, and then I pulled it down to 77 points. Do I micro adjust the lot size? No, I just keep it there where it is. So it needs to be practical, right? So you're here in the field, you need to fire trades, and also speed sometimes matters. So, and then those things help. Yeah. That's probably also why Tom does it like that. Makes things easier. Hey Andy, that's a cool shirt. You like mushrooms? Oh wait, that's coconuts. Yeah, there's a palm trees and coconuts, right? Wait a second. Here you go. Palm trees and coconuts. No mushrooms, shrooms or whatever. I don't do that. I smoke cigars. I don't even drink alcohol. Same chair, almost same shirt. Lovely brother. Those chairs are really, really good, right? That's a... Yeah. Hi Andy, have you ever encountered this while using the software? The controls overlaps and it's quite big. I'm trying to resize the resolution but didn't fix it. Yeah, look guys, I don't want to discuss too much technical problems, or I don't want to give tech support to the TFC software, even though I was involved in testing it and suggesting some features. But yeah, if you see up here the controls, they overlap. Why do the controls overlap? Because that stuff here is not part of stock Trade Nation, the top stock Trade Nation platform. Those are added by the Trade from Chart extension. So, and they take up space. So, and if you then make that window smaller, that overlaps with the stock controls, right? So that's just what's happening. It's annoying, but on the other hand, it's also a great tool and doesn't cost us anything. So oh, I got a gift for 50 stars. Lovely. I've never received that. Thank you. Talitha, thank you. Manish Patel, there was a gap at 24,750 from 2 days ago, which has just been filled. I'm actually scalping the long. Oh, well done, brother. Well done. Was very dangerous to take a short there, huh? Yeah, yeah, well. I scaled out quickly. I'm not too unhappy about it. Bunims, a lot of uncertainty in this market. The charts have been dribbling my guys and I since last week. Okay, the charts have been dribbling my guys and I since last week. Yeah. Well, we have to show up and do our jobs, but there's definitely easier days to make money. That's true. Always Divergent complainers, but this time Divergent not working. That was 857 and 831 it started working. Rob, sorry about that. Didn't realize. The old guy, why do you just work out your average MAE on DAX and FTSE and set your stop so that they cover 90% of them? There's no point in setting a huge stop loss and taking the loss before it hits. All that does is place that money into an unused stop and reduce winning position sizes. Well, I have my reasons, brother. You might do it differently. I lengthily explained the things that I have to juggle here concerning stop loss management yesterday. So feel free to rewatch. Not a great day today. Lost in both Nikkei and ASX trades. Right now it is screaming Andy and not anti. All right. Sorry that you lost, brother. So, Beata, what a fancy shirt you're wearing today. Andy, could you talk about your early trading days when you get a chance, please? Thanks. Yeah, that's probably... Yeah, maybe we can do a little story time. But I have to maybe write that up. Or look into that. Maybe I find some pictures or whatever. It's a lot has happened. So DAX still bears haven't given up. FTSE is definitely in a trading range. Interesting. I will at one point I will tell you the story. So Stonksman, but in CFDs don't you trade with a liquidity provider, not a single person? So not one private person would buy from you since this isn't cash. Yes, you're absolutely right. CFD is a synthetic asset that replicates the underlying market, but yeah, it also does so in a way that if there are no buyers or sellers, you get also slipped. So that's how far that replication goes. So yeah, behaves really like as if you traded futures. Yeah, but in theory, yeah, you're correct, man. It's not entirely wrong what you're saying. So, but then a liquidity provider needs to, yeah, how do they do that? They take basically the aggregate of buy and sell orders and execute them against the real market or not. How that really works behind the scenes, maybe we should ask Tom that, because he, believe it or not, he knows that he has been working for a broker. He would probably ask, why do you even care? Why would you really want to know that, how that works behind the scenes? But if that is of general interest, before I drop here some half knowledge or half wisdom, let's ask the man himself. So we'll ask Tom. Kaisar, yeah, don't ask me if you can ask questions, just ask the question already, otherwise... Ferry, hi Andy, greetings from Germany. Quick questions. Do you have an app that you can recommend for price alarm? Thanks you for your good work and helping us with trading. Have a great morning. I personally I don't use price alarms. I believe that this broker here, Trade Nation, has some sort of alarm function, and that also seems to work on the app. I haven't really used it, so the wrong guy to ask. So Adis, if you take an anti-school run, it should be called Karaoke Andi, and you should sing the whole time while the position is open. Yeah, today, would I have been happy with the anti? Certainly some overlap there. So, Shinzi said, tell that bloke asking about your account to... I will not read that out loud, brother, but thank you. Andre, please stop answering to stupid people. Filter the questions, pick the ones that you like. There's so many haters, and I don't want you to be Tom 2.0 that loses his time to answer to ungrateful people. Well, I try to be professional about it and answer everybody, but the questions are piling up. Try to go through them chronologically. But yeah, at one point I probably can't answer all of them, and then I might filter some out. So Yosha says, if I can't just write a PhD thesis on how that works behind the scenes, it's the minimum we can expect. You guys are still short the DAX, well done. Mark Voss, question. Why don't you wait for retest to make sure you're not caught in a trading range? My playbook is retest entries to save stop loss hits on anticipating positions, and there's a positive expectancy on the long term. Why don't you enter on retests? All right, brother. That is an excellent question. It's not in my playbook. I'm a breakout trader. I get in directly. The reason why I get in directly is that because if I'm right, I make more points than you. I'm already ahead, and that is worth something. On the flip side, if I'm wrong, yeah, well, I take a hit, and you might get away because you didn't get your retest. So both are valid options. Yeah? But very excellent question. It's always thing that you need to be aware of. If you take a breakout directly, or if you just buy at market, whatever, for any reason, yeah, you might get stopped out. There might be pullbacks or whatever. You might be a fake out, might be a reversal, whatever hits you. But if you're right, you are ahead points wise. So Joe says, funny how people talk like they need to trade Espresso, just people treating this as a signal service. Yeah, what I'm doing here, definitely not a signal service. Education only, once per week, would be... I can't guarantee you that I'm every Wednesday that I trade profitably, or even that at the end of the year, if you follow me on Wednesdays during the 2 sessions, that will be profitable. I don't know. I can't tell you that. So, and also if you don't like to trade the Espresso, don't trade the Espresso. There's no official documentation. I showed you what my interpretation is. You can go back to the first video here on where I traded here on Tom's channel. They explain that. It's my take on it. I also was very transparent what can go wrong, that I'm only forward tested it. If you don't want to trade it, don't do it. Yeah? So I only trade traditional Skuran, says Joe, and I have my own specific rules to trade it. Loving the streams, Andy. Yeah, look, that's what I like, you know. Somebody who's not just taking stuff for granted, but does his own research, put his own twist on it. Love that. That's a good way to approach it. Well done, mate. So, Rami, brother, you're talking so much, so I might have missed it. But can you post a link to where to order that shirt? You think I need to introduce a fan shop, a Karaoke Andi fan shop? Order Karaoke Andi Hawaiian shirt, right? I think my wife actually bought that for me when we were in Andalusia in Spain a couple years back. So that's that. And I'm not sure she even particularly likes it on me, but we were in that mood. So Amir. Hello, Andy. Absolutely great learning stuff. Question. Is Trade Nation platform spread betting CFD capital gain exemption platform for UK trader? Woo! I don't understand the question. Is Trade Nation platform spread betting CFD capital gain exemption platform? Ah, okay. So, I believe that, I can't give you financial advice, and I'm also not a tax consultant, right? So please consider one. I believe since Trade Nation is UK based, yeah, and you're a UK tax resident, and you want to take advantage of that spread betting being tax exempt, yeah, but conditions apply, right? So I'm sure that Trade Nation will hook you up with a spread betting account. But I don't know. My tax residency is in the Czech Republic. Right? So, that's that. Andy, please answer my questions. There's a lot of questions. So, hi Andy, I'm trading from 6 years. I have a question. Can I ask? So, I watched your every single stream. You noticed that in the DAX, retracements often reach between 78 and 80% and then still move back into the direction of the original trend. Maybe something to keep in mind when moving stop loss or when to enter on a pullback. Is that really true? I personally, anything deeper than a 61.8% retracement, I wouldn't consider a pullback anymore. Is that immediately like a trend, like a proper second leg or third leg, or because when you look at the DAX right now, also depends where you start measuring, right? So there's so many variables. Show you what I mean. So usually you would start measuring from a swing high, right? Problem with this swing high is it's not within the cash session. So the first bar is this one here. So I personally would measure here, right? So, and then for the sake of the school run, so you see we made a 61.8% retracement. Yeah, a little bit higher, but it's never picture perfect. And then we got an equal distant second leg, right? So now the question is, if we say now, okay, that's this and that's that, so we now measure the second one, right? And here you see that now this is the top, this is the bottom. So here we made 38.2, then I don't know what happened in that bar, but we definitely made an ever so shallow lower low, and now we're trading back into the range. And now the question is, should we now pull back 75% or whatever? But that, to me, that's not a proper continuation then anymore. That is just we're moving sideways, and maybe later in the day the market might move lower. And that's if you look at it like that, it's perfectly valid. I just in terms of trend continuation, what you usually want to see visually, one leg pullback, second leg pullback, third leg, didn't happen here so far. So now Stefan says I should have written as high as 78 to 80%, usually the first or second pullback. Okay. So if that's how you're looking at it, that might be perfectly reasonable. I'm just showing you how I look at it. You will only ever see on a chart what you trained your eyes to see, right? So it's always interesting to hear other traders view, or the lens through which they look at the markets can be people do completely different things than I do here, and make money. Is fascinating. So, Stephen Tan from Singapore. Hey man, there are many people out there with their own opinions and expectations. Questions like this will keep coming in. There are people who just want to learn and learn from others. And there are others who just want to see the blinks that you have and compare to themselves. But I want to know if there's, in the moment when you are trading, when things become clear and have consistent profit, well, yeah, it's a process, right? I believe the moment where you, if I understand that correctly, that one last sentence. There becomes a time where you will maybe stop losing money. And once you are in that phase where you are a break-even trader, actually being profitable is not so far away. Then you need to look at your old trades and find out what's wrong, and then really work on those weaknesses. Yeah? Wow, so many questions. I'm not sure I can really take all of those. Ladies and gentlemen, trying my best. Aurelio, hi Andy, even if you're not trading it, but looking at the market now, if it hits screw run long, considering it is below OR, would you take it long or short? That's a good question. So honestly, right now this looks bearish to me. If we find support here and buyers step in and push the market back to up here, yeah, I would be considering, okay, trading range, you know, or I would consider that to be in fact a sign of strength. So then at least that we made the high of the day at the open here, the first bar, so that we at least get back up here, and then would rotate to the overnight range high here. Yeah? I would probably assume that, but not so much because it's Kuran classic versus anti, but just because this is weak, and trading back up here, I would say that's on the way of becoming a good recovery. Right now it's looking like we're just the fifth 15-minute bar here is more or less a doji, has long upper and lower shadow, very small body. Looks like we're, yeah, and also bar, the current bar number 5, bar number 4, all within the more or less the confinements of bar number 3. So that looks like trading range right now. So I wouldn't probably not force anything. So Stephen Tan says, I'm at a situation where I'm earning profit in trades that are super long years. I just can't seem to hit the short-term wins. Yeah, look, we all are different trading personalities. So this is day trading here, and what I do is ultra short-term compared to years. That is more investing, you know, buying and holding an asset. This is ultra short-term intraday trading, right? With high leverage. This is completely the opposite of what you are doing, on opposite poles. Yeah, not everybody has the temperament for that, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. If you are a long-term guy, stick to that. Sometimes it's also good to work on your strengths. Yeah. S from the United Kingdom. No harm showing your teeth every once in a while. Keep her lit. Thanks for everything, Andy. Love your style, your personality, and Craig. Learning loads of your guidance, and your guidance and knowledge are great. Seeing you live has been really insightful. You have helped me to quickly realize I need to zoom out and take my time on the daily and 4-hour first and build towards lower time frames. Yeah, I appreciate that. Great that you got something out of it, mate. Yeah, I'm breathing again. Block them. Okay, well. So Steve Perry, hey, I see your streams or Tom's streams. Sometimes I trade full time as well. What I see in this market now is that momentum trades are very, very rare because there's so many manipulation lately. I trade since 2017. I saw some events. This one now is the worst. I imagine to make money this last month, but the stress is on another level. You hope for news in order to get a decent move, or you just go for a very small move. Yeah, completely agree. It's a very news-driven market. Every time the American president posts something, will he tariff, will he not? Is there a peace deal, is there not? Is the oil flowing, is it not? Yeah, well, that's that. Enox, hi Andy, loving just watching you. I don't trade your instruments, but I trade the same London Open and New York Open on Euro, US dollar. It's fun just watching you while the 5-minute candles play out. Lovely to hear that, brother. JL from the USA. Shouldn't you be sleeping? Andy, I'm watching on YouTube. If you read anything related to the topic of your account, you can just ignore it. You do not have to answer anything you do not want to. Some people are just weird, but you do not have to let it affect you. Keep doing your thing. You do not owe them anything. Thank you for saying that, brother. I do agree. So, Pradeep. Hi Andy, how are you? You mentioned Tom's first video contains Espresso strategy details, so you are referring to first live streaming video or other uploaded videos. Yes, the first time I was streaming on Tom's channel. Go watch that recording, first 15 minutes or so. Glupze is the way you consider the overnight range between cash close and cash open more reliable? More reliable. Well, for the concept of preparing to just yeah, I like to look at it holistically. When I just see where are we right now. We're just, you see, this is the overnight mid, and if you go to the DAX chart over here, we're trading below the overnight range as Tom defines it. So I'm switching that on here for the purpose of trading the anti. But for general orientation, I believe to look at that whole thing between cash close and cash open. So is it more reliable? No, it's just a different tool that I use. Hey, Mr. H, the developer of Trade from Chart, just wrote me, Andy, there will be a new version out coming soon. Tell the world, telling you guys, new release to be expected soon. I'm sure with great features. Just did that, Mr. H, brilliant man. Hot new features, he says. All right. Stay tuned for that, I guess. Hey, and maybe consider, seriously, it's free software, yes, but maybe consider hitting that donation button here. I'm not asking you for any money or anything, but if it's a tool that you use and you use it on the daily and it serves you, maybe consider donating. Anyway, so Jan Kotze, not sure you know, but your posts are muted while Tom's are not. I don't know, maybe you muted me. I don't know that. Are my posts noted? Muted? It is what it is. I'm only an administrator in that group. I only have certain rights here. So, the Jim Izzy from Uganda. Hello Andy, I've been trying out some crazy thing on a practice account. I need your comment on it. I take a trade and the market is going against me, then I do some kind of hedging by taking another trade in the opposite direction with double the lot size of the former trade. Is this a good strategy to adopt? I have done multiple times. I have been able to break even and sometimes end up in profit. Do you personally think of do such a thing? Yeah, well, what you accidentally found out is called a martingale strategy. You could also walk into a casino. It's maybe easy to explain it like that. So you walk into a casino, right? And you go to the roulette table. And the statistical advantage of a roulette table is 0, which is neither red or black. So if you only put money on red or black, well, the bank will always win because of the number 0, which is neither. But that's not what I want to talk about. So what you can do is you bet $1 on red, and in case you lose, you bet $2. In case you lose, you bet $4. Yeah. So this way, and so forth. That means the moment you win, you will recover all previous losses, and make money. So is that a good trading strategy? No. What is 0 on the roulette table is the bloody spread or the commissions and fees that you pay to your broker, right? So the broker always wins if you're doing something like that. And at one point you run simply out of margin. You will not be able to open new positions. So it's not a good idea to do that. I personally wow, yeah, it's a big push down right now. That was violent. Now, yeah, looks like we're getting our third leg here, or we just got it. So anyway, I wanted to say I personally have the rule that I never add to a losing trade, right? Some people do that. But I don't do that. So yeah, and that's that. So, and there's many good reasons for that. But this is not a good idea when you have to pay commissions. So not sure that is a winning strategy. So just need to have deep pockets. Yeah, but you know, it's an exponential thing, right? You always have to double. Nobody has that deep pockets. 7-7 done. Benjamin Strintolundgaard. Wedge bottom. Alright. Trigger buff. Bears want a second entry short. That's how I read the price action. They keep going. Cozy personality life. Thank you, brother. So this is interesting, right? So this gentleman is trading a wedge, and he also is here on the short side, right? Well done, mate. That's what I mean. You only see ever on a chart what you trained your eyes to see. So, Krista Brenström, do you have a general breakout offset, or does it always depend? That's a good question. So on Tom's strategy, like the Espresso, use a rather sizable offset in the DAX of 18 points. School run, I use 2 or 3 points. Usually on those, yeah, you bracket a certain bar at a certain time and go long above, short below, or do the inverse thing. I use a couple points offset just to not get triggered prematurely. Sometimes you see that the next bar is and then you have the spread. So you might get a fill that doesn't benefit you. So just a couple points. Yeah. But that's about it. So if I just trade a visual breakout, I just fire from the hip, man. So Stefan Nutras, not martingale, it's called hedging. No, bloody no. Of course, if you have a long position and a short position at the same time, yes, you are hedging that position, the long with the short or vice versa. But doubling up the trade size after a lot is exactly what the martingale strategy is, right? So you might want to look that up. Bloody hell, brother. Andi, you need to sign in the background, Sven says. There is no chat. I make regular payouts. Bullshit Bingo, you do a great job. Greetings from Hamburg, Germany, Sven. Ja, alles klar, mein Junge. Danke dir. Hummel, Hummel, Moos, Moos. Ja? Hamburg people will understand that. So. Seeing. A lot of guys want to hear me sing. Not taking any more trades now. So, no more questions about non-existent chat and my account. Fair enough, Beata. Mr. H just sent me a preview, but he said it's just for my eyes only yet. Oh, I feel honored. I would so love to show you guys, but it will be so great. So now I'm scanning the messages. I will just pick a couple more if there's something interesting. Everybody else, I will try to follow up later. If you said something nice, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Oh my God, Enox made a dad joke. He made it. Is this a time where we where we tell dad jokes, non-jokes, stupid jokes? Is it that time? Okay. What do you call a sad coffee? A depresso. A depresso. Oh. Andi, how much money do you make? You will be banned. Somebody made profit because of me. I'm happy to help. Just don't rely on it, please. Jacobo. Some of us are making regular deposits, not payouts. That was driving me crazy last year when Tom was trading 10k accounts. Challenger was destroying every week lots of money he made outside of Terra. Yeah, well, that's also the thing, right? I mean, Tom is obviously a very wealthy man, so he can just leave money in an account and just trade it all years and not touch it. That's the talking again about account. So, hey Andy, what is the tax system in the Czech Republic? I don't know. What do people know about the position sizes of units they had and say, well, what tax system is you pay, I think 15% capital gains tax. That's about it. Yeah. Okay. Feed 'em, Andy. Good work. Love the spray. Yes. At last, kicks their asses. I'm fed up as well with those silly questions. Ooh, beach outfit today. Okay. This model is to charge for demo accounts. Nicely done. Trust the process. There you go. Richard Champ. Hi, Andy. Deep from the United Kingdom. Traveling to Prague tomorrow. I hope the weather is nice and warm. Appreciate your efforts. Brother, why don't we have a coffee? If you want to. I mean, I have family obligations and whatnot, but if the time allows, I'm very open to meeting traders. Should you be in Prague, guys, for a coffee or for a cigar? Thing is, if you don't do coffees or cigars, if you don't do either, I don't know if you can be friends. I'm doing both a lot. But if you don't smoke, I respect that. But you at least should drink coffee. Yeah, well, if you don't drink coffee. You know, Tom doesn't drink coffee. Tom doesn't smoke. What can you do? We're still friends. There you have it. Hi Andy, have you thought of doing an EA bot for the Espresso? It would be extremely good for getting the entry without stress. I do have an EA for bracketing breakouts, which could be used for it. By the way, not trying to sell you anything, just trying to work together. I love that. I love that initiative. But guess what? I asked ChatGPT to create me an expert advisor for MT4 because MT4 is the only thing that you can get on Trade Nation. And I have an Espresso bot. Yeah, believe it or not. And it's running every day. So now you know. Interesting, right? So... Nikolai Jensen, hey Andy, really great work and thanks for teaching us all your tricks. You are clearly using both mechanical entries and price action entries, but do you other tools than Fibonacci to manage entries, stop losses and take profit? No, I just, that's what I use. That's basically how I trade. And sometimes, you know, when the market just keeps going, you know, that what Al Brooks would call always in long, I might end up buying for any reason, maybe just at market, right? So, yeah. Bulls pushed it all the way back up here. Broker takes opposite trade to counter each retailer as most people lose. Broker makes profit. Zanga here, Alam is talking about the B-book. So, a broker like Trade Nation, which offers you fixed and low spreads, might run a B-book. That doesn't mean automatically that everybody is B-booked. Yeah? You might also be A-booked, you know. A guy like Tom is maybe A-booked. So guess what? They're doing what Tom is doing. Or they might, if he has a giant position on, they might hedge that. Yeah. So the thing is, how do you B-book? Let's say you have 10,000 clients. I believe Trade Nation might have more. Let's say you have 10,000 clients. And 5,000 go long, 5,000 go short. What are you doing then, you know? Also, you need to have a liquidity provider, a prime broker, you know, and also pay for that execution. So I don't know exactly how they do that, how that works behind the scenes. And honestly, I don't care as long as I'm treated fairly, so that my prices and fills here are fair. I really don't care. Yeah. If they want to trade against me, bring it on, man to man. Come on, Trade Nation. Do the opposite. I don't mind. But that's just me. But yeah, that's something that may or may not happen behind the scenes. Haji, you write to me, hi Andy, how do you on the open and execution place in the chart? I'm not sure I understand that question correctly. Maybe that is just some quirk of the English language that I'm not fully capable or aware of. How do I execute? You know, just this is a particular broker with a particular software on top. I can press buy or sell, right? And to place an order, for a sell order, I hold down Control, and for a long order, I hold down Shift. Boom. Boom. Order management from the chart here. Can drag everything around. Position management here. Order tabs go in here. Yeah, so does it answer your question? Hi, Andy. Thank you and Tom for the hard work and energy you put in it teaching people like us. My question is, if you've done any research on the DAX, are there certain days that tend to repeat as trending days? For example, does the statistics show that trends occur more often on Fridays, Tuesdays, any other particular day? Yeah, that's the ever present question of any trader who wants to take advantage of trend days. When is a bloody trend day, right? I can tell you that Tom, for example, has identified, I think, more than 20 criteria. Not all of those need to be met, but many of them. And then you have a high probability that you have a trend day. Yeah? So there are often trend days on a Monday or on a Friday. Often at the end of the quarter, end of month, beginning of month, beginning of quarter. But yeah, in these news-driven markets, not sure if that would hold, if that would stand the really backtesting that. But there must be many criteria coming together. For example, when I personally I have here my little system. I show you that. It's just a little indicator. I asked ChatGPT to. It's basically drawing lines of those levels here, and nothing fancy. If you want that, I put that on my website for free. Just the source code. But what I, let's say we would be opening gap down here, you know, below all those levels here. Then to me, at least it's clear that we are in a bearish context. Does that mean that we are necessarily see a trend day where we open here and close then down here? Also not. But at least to me, if I see something like that, I think, okay, there is more bearish context. So you have to be aware of other levels, support and resistance. I'm looking in terms of rotations, right, between those levels, and then outside of them, the question is how to extend that. For me, structure looking left, that means I'm more of a short seller. I'm not a good long. I'm a better short because I can always look left, right? So if we're in all-time high territory and it's uncharted and I can't look left, I don't know how far that goes. I don't know how you guys think about that. Some gentleman says that he uses Claude so much better than ChatGPT. A lot of you guys seem to say that. Haven't looked into Claude. Really looking forward to the new software. When will it come? I think that the current version may eat RAM during use. I need to restart regularly. Well, maybe you could use Edge or delete cookies or whatever. I don't know. Yeah, it can be resource hungry. Maybe switch off the modules here. Right, transaction history, the economic calendar, the market explorer, software news, whatever. I think if Mr. H announces that, it will be coming soon. Thanks, Andy. Learned quite a bit from you during the session. Thank you, Andy. Mr. H said he refactored the whole order line system. Will be a massive improvement. It sounds like refactoring is instead of putting new code on top of something and then you have spaghetti code and you know, you're just making it leaner, faster, better, stronger. So, Renas Isdin, hi Andy, what do you think of putting a limit loss for the whole week? Like risking 500 per week. When you lose that, you stop trading. Well, I think that's putting limits, loss limits, and things like that. It can be a good tool in risk management, yeah, if that helps you. For example, if you analyze your days, you look back and you find that often you give away a lot of your profit on a single day. Yeah, right. So you erase weeks and weeks of profit. That means also you need weeks and weeks to make it back. Well, putting a loss limit there is not a bad idea at all, right? Maybe even a daily loss limit. So I personally, I limit my execution time to 90 minutes. If during that I feel I'm acting out emotions or out of fear or out of boredom or whatever, I stop. Maybe take a break, reassess, or stop for the whole session. That's how I do it. But that can be a great tool. My God, it's almost 11. Pepino, hello, I'm UK too. Where are you based? Open to catch up for a coffee. I am German, but I'm based in Prague, Czech Republic. Prague, capital city of the Czech Republic. Matic Pečovnik from Slovenia. Pečovnik, that sounds like baker. Hi Andy, thanks for doing what you do. I hear there are a lot of people in there, mostly or only outcome oriented. Don't let them get to you. Account questions. I would have a different question for myself. Are you and Tom planning to have a talk or trading event in Europe anytime soon? And a more trading related one. Do you have any advice on how to overcome performance anxiety in regards to trading? So the live account again. Last year I made some money, started losing, and then I withdrew all but €1,000. I'm still around 350 up over what I deposited, but I have not been able to make myself touch the live account this year. I saw that the minimum stake size is way lower now on Trade Nation, so I think doing that might also work. Keep being awesome. Thank you so much, brother. I'm not sure if Tom would let me go on stage with him. We haven't talked about that. There will be an event with Al Brooks in Macau that is close to Hong Kong, where Tom will be giving a seminar. I will just be there as a guest. I'm flying there. I believe Tom will do something in Europe, yeah, but he hasn't picked dates yet, as far as I know. So maybe see each other then. So trade it related. Performance anxiety. Thanks for speaking to that, brother. So what you have there is you're sitting there on a little bit of profit, and you just fear now that if you continue trading, that profit goes away, right? So if you don't touch your account, there will be no loss, right? You also will not make additional money, but at least there is no loss. So that's why you're sitting there and don't dare to touch it. Yeah? The only way, in my opinion, to overcome performance anxiety is by performing. Yeah? Find a broker. If Trade Nation, I don't know if I was migrated from TD365, but lately I can put here tiny stake size. I say you could do that 20 trade exercise from Mark Douglas. Yeah? Find some very mechanical entry exit thing. Risk a little bit of money so it feels real. Yeah, if the stop loss value, I'm just making something up, is €5. Yeah, of each trade times 20. So the whole exercise, if you lost on all, you would risk $100, right? So before you start that exercise, write that off. That is your investment, you know. Let it go so that you're not emotionally attached to it, and then just focus on the execution. Yeah. And hopefully during those 20 trades, something will transform in you that keeps you going, and using a small size then is probably a great idea, but at one point you also need to size up. But that would be a way to start. Hope that helps. Anyway, guys, it's 11 now. I've been streaming for 2 bloody hours. I must love you guys so much. Thank you for being here. Thank you for sticking around. Sorry for the emotional outburst earlier. Was maybe uncalled for, but I got a little bit, you know. Anyway, love you lots. Karaoke Andi out.